Blessings in abundance. I'm too smart to be broke. Black power this, black power that. But what does it mean if you can't pay your bills? I'll say it again. People beat you in the head with all this so-called black liberation movement rhetoric. But how come none of the information, none of the narrative has anything to do with making money? How come whenever we start talking about money, all of a sudden, it's like we're doing our people a disservice? All of a sudden, it's evil. You know, people will tell you the love of money is the root of all evil. They say all sorts of stuff. Oh, man, I really believed in you, but I didn't know you was going to be talking about money. But then they'll go into the church and pass that evil collection plate around and collect money. I shouldn't talk to you about money, but then when you are done listening to me, you got to pay your bills. You got to send your children to school. You might have emergencies. So I would be remiss for me to be in a situation that I'm in as far as being materially successful. I would be remiss if I didn't propagate data that can empower you as well. It would be wrong for me to know what I know and only talk to you about history. Is knowing or having knowledge yourself wrong? Absolutely not. But whenever I talk about money, then people are like, oh, why you got to do that? I don't say why you got to talk about white people. I don't say why you got to talk about our oppression. There's a time and place for all of that. We could prioritize our information, but we need this information. Imagine if all black people, most black people, can't afford it whether they realize it or not, got insurance policies, right? Maybe pay $150, $200 a month, whatever, what have you. Then we would guarantee that if we were victims of police brutality, which we complain about quite often because it is relevant, many of our children would get $500,000, $1 million in light of our death. And then guess what? I guarantee police brutality would be on an all-time decline if more black people had insurance, life insurance. If more black people had life insurance, police brutality would be on an all-time decline because they would have to cash us out $1 million at a time for just paying $200-$300 a month. That's what happens when we make adult decisions. Let alone your untimely death. It would be right and it would be great if our children could inherit wealth. And then they got insurance policies that most of us don't know about where we can borrow against the policy, meaning most of the insurance policies that our people get are death insurance policies, not life insurance policies, so to speak. Because most of us don't benefit unless we die. But you got insurance policies, like whole life insurance policies that you could borrow against the policy and therefore use that for medical emergencies and or use it to acquire real estate. So you set up a sovereign and irrevocable private trust and then you assign your trust to your insurance policy, adds value to it, then you can leverage that value and use it to purchase real estate that you otherwise would not have been able to afford. You could talk to your insurance provider and be like, you know what? I want to make sure I can sell all the parts of my insurance policy or most of the parts of my insurance policy. You can take things out of the insurance policy that causes your insurance policy to cost too much. Just like your health insurance. Sometimes people are paying for gender changes like surgeries. You may not need that. You may not intend to change your gender any time in this lifetime. So why are you paying for it? Drug and alcoholic or substance abuse, you may not need that in your insurance policy. So a lot of times people are paying for parts of their policy that they don't even need in the first place, which is what's making your policy so expensive and so unaffordable. Real talk. Real talk. But it's all about making this bread. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them lie to you. I'm down for the pro-black talks, for the black nationalistic disposition. I'm down for all of that. But how could the same people only speak to you about that and never speak to you about money? Look at the situation they're in. In fact, the only money that they make is the money they make from you listening to them talk about that because they haven't figured it out themselves. And I'll be damned, like I tell you all the time. I'm not going to tell you about the pyramids at Giza, Khufu, Cafe, and Menkaure, and how it's in alignment with Ani-Lyman Mintaka, the belt of Orion, and how the Milky Way is in alignment with the Nile River Valley, which was actually created. It's not a natural river, and it's the longest river straight through Africa in the world, that is, and how the Sphinx is in alignment with the Leo constellation. I'm not going to tell you that the pyramidal structures around the world on the 32-degree northern tropic of Cancer happen to all be on that line of latitude for the most part. And after I know all this knowledge, it can't translate into my ability to pay bills. That's absolutely wrong. And for me to talk to you without teaching you about anything pertaining to money or not create opportunities that's viable enough for you to get money would be absolutely wrong. It would be absolutely wrong. So we can't do things like that. Because to do things like that would be completely wrong. To do things like that would be hideous. I create the program where you spend $2,000, you get access to $100,000. Oh my gosh, that sounds weird. Well, if you know anything about credit, you know it's your legal right to get access to, at minimum, $100,000 in credit, whether it be a combination of credit cards, personal loans, business loans, or one or the other, and or a combination of two. It's a fact. But we know so little when it comes to these things. You know why? You know why we know so little about it? Because it's not taught in school. Because from pre-K to 12th grade, it's 14 years of going to school and no one teaches you anything about credit. Did you know if you had a debt that was coming, as far as credit is concerned, you could call TransUnion, Experian, Equifax and say, yo, I want you to freeze my credit real quick. Something looks sus, or I got something going on and I need to rectify it. Did you know you could freeze your credit? A lot of you got things on your credit report that you don't need on your credit report. Should have never happened, but you didn't have the knowledge or the know-how to say simply, freeze my report. If you freeze my report, then guess what happens? Then that debt that's coming, that mortgage debt, that student loan debt, at least your credit report would be froze. You could rectify the matter, and then you could pick things back up once you've come to terms with whoever you owe, once you've paid off the debt, or just give yourself the time to buy more time so you're not penalized, so you can freeze your credit reporting. Many of us don't know that. Many of you out here going out here looking for jobs, job after job after job, and you're proud of yourself, which is nothing wrong looking for a job, but you're not strategically or calculatively asking the right questions when you apply for a job, because every time you, almost in every occasion you apply for a job, it impacts your credit report. Because now what jobs do, the people that you apply for a job for, they check your credit report and it impacts your score. So while you go home and you're so proud of yourself, yo, I done filled out 15 job applications today. I filled out 20 job applications today. You filled out 20 job applications, probably 13 or 15 of those jobs did inquiries that impacted your credit score. But they don't teach this in school, do they? It's the homie that dropped out of 10th grade that teaches you this. They don't teach you how to convert the credit that you get, the lines of credit that you get, into cash. They don't teach you that. But who do you trust? You trust the people that give you mortgages, a form of a loan, for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here it is. You got a $600,000 mortgage. This other person got a $300,000 mortgage. This other person has a $500,000 mortgage, but they never gave you the cash. But you got to pay on time, because if you don't pay on time, they take the house. You giving them real cash that you bust your ass for. You work hard every day for that money. Check after check. The only thing that's real about the money is the money that you work for when you're paying them back. If it was real money, you would have been able to access that money. But they approve you for hundreds of thousands of dollars when you can't even get a $20,000 credit card. How the fuck does somebody get a house for that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they can't get a credit card that's $50,000? How does that work? But then you think black people scamming you. How come you can't get a refund on your student loan if you don't get the job that they said they would give you? But you owe $80,000. But you owe $100,000. How come you can't get the money that you are due? It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird if you ask me. So I give you the brotherpolight45@gmail.com. You forward your full name and your phone number, and you make sure you leave your full name and your phone number and say you want the CRM, the Credit Restoration Microwave, if you're ready to pay. If you're not ready to pay your $2,000 to get your $100,000 access, it's all right. Don't tell us, I'll be ready next week, 2 weeks from now, a month from now. It's not worth it. Wait till you're ready. Wait until you're ready. But what I'm tired of is people saying, how come you succeeding and no one else around you succeeding? That's a damn lie. Or how come I got to pay for it? Yo, you got a student loan debt that's $80,000. $80,000 student loan debt. Student loan debt, 80 bands, $100,000, $60,000 in debt for student loan. Got nothing to say for yourself. Job probably laid you off, and the job that you did get wasn't worth nothing. Wasn't worth nothing. But they charged you, didn't they? And you owe them, don't you? You owe them thousands of dollars. And you can't get a refund, even though they lied to you. And even when you get the job you're looking for, you got to start from the bottom, and then now you're going to use the job to pay off the student loan, which is insane. So you don't even have enough. You know how much struggling doctors is out there? People that went to school to be doctors, got the degree, qualified to be a doctor, but they out there and they could barely afford anything that they're doing. They could barely afford anything. Struggle through the years of going to school. Struggle while they're in college. And, you know, they call these things universities, but very rarely do you learn anything about the universe. Unless you go in there to be an ontologist. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I'm telling y'all, don't fall for the setup. Don't fall for the setup. And the reason why I say don't fall for the setup is because it's designed for us to fail. Just based on your complexion, based on your gender, based on your race. You got a lot of stuff going against you, especially if you're in the so-called African-American community. If you're an American African of the diaspora, trust me, it is designed for you to fail. It is set up for you to fail. Real talk. Real talk. These Rolls-Royce diaries. This is Rolls-Royce diaries. It is designed for you guys to fail. So you're going to go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. You leave your full name, your phone number, right? brotherpolight45@gmail.com. You leave your full name, your phone number, and put CRM, Credit Restoration Microwave. Pay your $2,000 to get your $100,000. Again, pay your $2,000 to get your $100,000. Don't ever allow people to manipulate you in such ways that the only thing they want to talk to you about is slavery and things that they're not going to do to the so-called boogeyman called the white man. All of that, I hear you. I hear all of that. But when you look at these people, you got to realize the only thing they make money off of is gossip, talking about other people, drama-filled narratives. They don't really make no bread off of nothing else other than swaying your judgment to consume your time and thinking with the craziness that they fill your spirit with. And it's nothing but negativity for the most part. And even if it is historical data, there's nothing wrong with that, but you still can't fail to prioritize when it comes to what you do throughout the day. You gotta consecrate some time to study when it comes to what you do. This is why I'm one of few people that you will see that come out of the so-called conscious community. This is where all the hate comes from, because those guys are bums. They're actually bums. And they get mad when I tell the truth, but these guys are bums. They're seriously bums. They have nothing to offer people. All they do is copy information off each other, regurgitate it, and prey on the innocence of people that are upset because they're living hard. Don't really give no solutions, because any solution that they give isn't viable. Yo, these cats been doing lectures and uploading videos for decades. Year after year after year after year after year after year, right? What's the fucking solution? What can you use that you can translate that information into something that your family could be proud of you for? It's not me knocking people. It's me just keeping it real. You can't do nothing with that information. I can't be sitting here doing my thing, always making bread, and then turn around and the people listening to me can't even say, yo, I got something out of it. I got a service out of it. I got some knowledge out of it. My family's proud of me since the direction that I've been going in. Come on now, talk to me nice. That's all I'm talking to you guys about. We talking about abundance. We talking about. I'm gonna drive off. Just give me a few more minutes, man. We talking about abundance. You know, that sun's starting to hit. You know, Rolls-Royce diaries. You know how we do. You know, we don't play games. Yeah, you know, it's sad because in our community, shit is so damn hard. So, you know. Once YouTube said we're going to give you a few coins for doing some videos, they like, I don't give a hell if the information's true or false. I'm going to find a way. You know, we don't close our own doors. You know we don't. You know how we do. We press that button right there. Boom. Fuck is they talking about? Rolls-Royce diaries, you heard? Damn, the sun hitting over here too, but y'all can see me. I might need to move up or back. I'm going to move back. Maybe I'll move back. I think it's a little better. You feel what I'm saying? The new website will be up next week. But yeah, $2,000 gets you $100,000. You get $100,000. $100,000 is 1/10 of $1 million. 1/10 of $1 million. 1/10. With the right knowledge, 1/10 of $1 million, all in your possession, you should be able to do any of a number of things and never have to look back. It's just a fact. It's just common sense doctrine. That's what I teach. Common sense doctrines. I don't have time to have you listen to me for years and then say you never knew any opportunities that would abound that you can access. You already know Cinematic Radio. You already know Ali. It's real talk. I mean, just as I always say, look at these guys 2-3 years from now. From any date that I do a video, I always say, look at these guys 2 to 3 years from now, 3 to 5 years from now, and see what level they on. They still out their damn house with these little shits in the background, drapes. Some of them getting slick. They getting green screen when those drapes are getting dirty. But at the end of the day, it's the same program. They might upgrade their mics, but these guys are bums. These guys are bums. And one thing I say, you may be able to fake astrology, especially to people who don't know it that much. Fake numerology, especially to people that don't know that much. Fake palmistry, do foot readings. You can tell who's supposed to be in a relationship and who's not supposed to be in a relationship. You know their future, but you didn't use none of that information as a cheat code to find out how to escape poverty. That's freaking BS. You reading feet, you reading palms. You're forecasting people's lives. You're telling us who to be with and who isn't compatible with us. You're telling us what things are likely to happen today and what's likely to happen tomorrow and next year and next month. You're reading out the book of Revelations and you got the science of what's going to happen to mankind. You got all of this shit going on. But when people ask you specific questions, okay, son is coming back. When is he coming back? No specific answer, but it's all good. You know all this shit. This is the same thing when people be telling me about the Creator and God, and I'm not mad at people for believing in God and none of that. More power to you, blessings and abundance for beseeching spiritual guidance, right? But if you're going to tell me about an entity that exists outside this planet and you don't even know your blood type and you don't even know what foods is incompatible with your blood type, like if you blood type O, you shouldn't be eating wheat or you shouldn't be eating orange because your body considers it a pathogen and you won't be able to assimilate the same nutrients as in the case of somebody else with a different blood type or haplogroup. Yo, listen. You know so much about so many other things, but when it comes to taking care of your body, you know nothing. When it comes to taking care of your personal disposition, as a father or as a mother, you know very little because you don't prioritize your time when it comes to study. You listen to BS that caters to your lower emotions, that makes you concede, yeah, life is hard, life is difficult, and you keep listening to shit like that, it becomes more and more difficult. It's a magnetic experience when we over here studying. Words are our GPS to reality. You study progression and things will become progressive. You study hardship and you will be subject to hardship. That's how this is. Words have magnetic properties. Data has magnetic properties. Whatever you supersaturate your mind and your thinking with, that's what your reality will be. It's a fact. I'm still driving the white man's Rolls Royce. Yeah, because they ain't have a black version to it. So I got all black instead. What's this Negro name? Slop Funk Dust. Figures. With a name like that, you obviously ain't doing nothing with yourself. But hey, Slop Funk Fest. So what was that? You see, Negroes would do that. Negroes would bypass all the information I teach. How about you make the money that I'm teaching you about? And when I teach you about making this bread, how about you say, let me show this brother what I would do with the money if I got it in my possession. Because I'm going to tell you this. A lot of people making bread, they ain't taking the time out to tell you nothing. They ain't telling you none of the tricks of the trade. They ain't telling you how they access their funds. They ain't telling you the things that they learned in light of them accessing the money. They don't tell you about nothing. I'm over here taking my time. Yeah, white man's car. Well, you know what? You still paying the white man rent and mortgage. How come nobody ever says that? How come none of you guys in the so-called black conscious community, how come none of you guys ever say, yeah, you Negroes still paying that white man's mortgage? Because you know the white man's bank sold you the house. How come y'all never say that? You Negroes still paying the white man rent. How come none of y'all say that? How come you only leave it to cars? Why you don't talk about homes? Everything. You still wearing the white man's underwear. How don't you say that? Your underwear black owned? And I don't care if you got a shirt, t-shirt that you bought from a black man because he used heat transfer paper and ironed that bitch on. That shit wasn't made by black people. So why don't you just walk around here bucket naked with no place to live? Keep that shit all the way 100. Keep it all the way 100. I got $1,000 fedora on that a black man sells. Keep it all the way 100. I got some shades right here that's $1,000 in my car, made by a black woman. It happens. But for everything else that ain't black, I ain't losing no fucking sleep, because my greatest contribution to my community is teaching them how to get on. That's my greatest contribution. If only I could just stop the Negroes from saying everything that I teach them should be for free. If I could just stop that, we would go so far, because I got a wealth of knowledge to teach. I'm either going to direct you to who has it to offer. I don't sell insurance, but it don't mean I'm going to stop telling y'all about it. And I don't sell retirement plans, right? But it don't mean I would stop y'all from getting put on about it. I'll tell you in the first instance, get a QRP. Get a qualified retirement plan, which is a cash and tax deferrable compensation arrangement plan. I would tell you that in a heartbeat. I don't sell that. But it don't mean I can't put my people on the game and tell them what direction to go. When I do sell something, don't tell me it should be free. That's insane. Because you ain't tell them student loan people that $80,000 debt should have been for free. And you ain't tell the people that sold you on them bullshit mortgages when they already did the analytics to know that you wouldn't be able to afford it. And they knew inside of 3 to 5 years you were probably going to default. Some of you, they knew in 7 years you were going to default. They sold it to you and they did the knowledge. They saw the level of education of your parents. They saw the level of education of yourself. They looked into your zip code and they realized what's the likelihood of you being able to pay it back. And they write it off in their taxes, write it off as a fucking gift. So they make money twofold. They make the money that you do pay for the house you can't afford. Then when it goes into default, they buy it back, pay the person who was attempting to pay the person who paid for the lien, their late fees, penalties, surcharges, plus the percentage that the county automatically solicits to them, and boom, they put it right back on the market again. But then you come to your brother and say, yo, $2,000 to get 100 bands is crazy, plus fix your credit. Come on, that's insane. So no, and I used to charge 3 bands, and I'm about to go back to charging $3,000. It is what it is. It is what it is. I ride around town in a $400,000 car. The only difference is you got to pick which one I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm doing. I don't care about none of the hatred that goes on. I'm just telling the brothers and sisters that's out there some real talk. You don't rock what I'm teaching? Prioritize your time better and stop watching TV shows or videos of people you don't like. Go where you like the information. Go where the broke people are. There's plenty of people getting views listening to people talk about other people. Go over there. When you come over here, I got an obligation to talk to my people that want to know, yo, what direction they need to go in. Per my own personal experience. That's my obligation. Because I'm tired of fucking seeing people poor in my community. I'm tired of people in my community not knowing. It makes me sick. I would like to have more black neighbors, but I'm not about to move with my people in the lower income community to prove a point, because they'll kill me. They'll rob from me. They'll steal from me. And it's just true. I ain't got no point to prove with nobody. I don't purposely go on my way to live in a white community. I go in a community that's highly reputable, low crime rate, great school district, shit like that. Property value is good. I look at the comps. I use analytics to determine or discern what properties I'm investing in or what properties I'm going to live in. That's what I do. I don't do it based on race. You do a lot of shit based on race, you're going to have a lot of shortcomings in life. And a lot of y'all don't want to hear this, but it's a fact. I used to do everything based on race, and I kept fucking up. I had to start doing things based on analytics. I had to use data, analytics. I had to use advanced metrics. And then, in my approximations, I was doing a lot better. I was starting to get the results that I was looking for. I was getting the results that I'm due and the results that I deserve. It's hard to say, yo, you don't want to make your decisions based on race. It was very hard for me to do that. I grew up. My father was a Nation of Guards and Earth. Okay? 5%er, so to speak. I was raised on these teachings. I was raised on do for self. I was raised by a black nationalist. So ain't much nobody could tell me when it comes to that. And then I sacrificed the bulk of my youth to study this information, to share with my people. And as people drain me, question after question after question, free information, I'm outside talking on the streets, risking my life. Police don't like me. White people don't like me. Scientologists don't like me. Hebrew Israelites don't like me. Christians don't like me. Black Christians don't like me. White Christians don't like me. Everybody don't like me. I'm debating everybody. I'm going hard. All I want to do is wake people up to the truth. And all I got was a bunch of fucking enemies. And then the same people that I'm doing it for, they say, well, keep doing it for free. Then when I start charging a little something, because it's my time to shine, oh, you change. Niggas say I changed when I start charging. But how many years you expect me to do what I'm doing for free before I fail? I want to have a family too. I can't raise my family on free knowledge alone. So what I do is make sure in exchange of what I'm teaching, you will be a beneficiary of it. So that way it's mutually beneficial. That way there's some reciprocity. That way we both may be the benefactors of the exchange. Why only one of us should benefit? Just in the name of me being righteous, just in the name of me being a teacher, everything's supposed to be free on my part, and then you benefit, and then these people benefit, and they run with this information, get empowered, get healed, no longer sick, no longer high blood pressure, no longer cancer, whatever the case may be. And you think they come back and throw you a dime? No. They just throw your black power fist. So this is my new black power fist. This is my new black power fist. Show me the motherfucking money. I ain't doing shit for free no more. Fucking tired of it. I'll do these live streams for free. I can't help it because I like building with the people, but you get the point. I ain't about to be just doing everything for fucking free no more. I almost lost my family, my children coming home. Yo, I killed them today. Yo, and then this brother asked me this, and this person asked me that. And you know what the black woman do? She keep it real. Yo, I hear all of that, but here's the paperwork. You got this bill here, you got this bill here, you got this bill here. Yo, P, you talking about having children? Think about it. These your black power people gonna help you out. And my wife was black power all the way with me. She followed me where I'm going. She followed my lead. She just would pull me by the shirt like, I'm following you. I see where this shit is going. You know one thing about walking on a train track? Whether you walk in north or south of that bitch, you likely get hit by a train. That's common sense. So I was walking on the fucking train tracks. It don't matter if I'm walking in the same direction as the train or opposite direction of the train. I should have been off the fucking tracks. There got to be another place to walk. There has to be another place to walk. So when I talk to y'all, I'm pleading to you brothers and sisters like, yo, don't let people waste your time. You ain't got to purchase nothing from me. But yo, invest in your future. Real talk. Invest in your future. Don't get caught up by these people selling you. I don't know what the fuck they selling, man. That shit is trash. But they collecting off of the advertisements from them YouTube posts, and they ain't doing nothing, man. Year after year. You're going to hear the same thing. You're going to hear the same arguments. You're going to hear the same debates. You're going to hear the same conversation. They can't. It's getting to the point it's hard for them to even change the title to allure you, to make you think you're hearing something different. All of that is an excuse on your behalf to not do better for yourself. And again, there's nothing wrong with getting knowledge yourself. There's nothing wrong with perusing through or doing comparative studies of monotheistic religions. There's nothing wrong with any of that. I do that. That's one of the things I used to do prior to all this. And I still study. I do comparative studies on monotheistic religions in retrospect to them being influenced by cultures of antiquity. I do that. But I had to make time. I had to make time to make sure I could take care of my family. And so these people hate me because guess what? When you come to my page, it may be the antithesis to what it is that they're doing. But I don't do this to deny them. I don't do it to knock them. This information applies to them too. Set you up a QRP. Get you an irrevocable trust. Come on, like, y'all could do this too. Y'all could do this too. Don't just be getting mad at people whose situation is set up. Because at least with my situation set up, I'll tell you the things that I did to set my situation up. I'll tell you get a whole life insurance policy so you can borrow against it. I'll tell you when you're communicating with them, make sure that you understand what that policy is inclusive of. Because a lot of times you'll be paying extra money for policies you don't need. Make sure you know what the hell a HMO is and know you want to get more quality products. Make sure you know you get a whole life insurance policy. Not only do you want to borrow against the policy, but make sure you are able to sell all the components of the policy or most of the components of the policy. And then make sure you can assign your trust to the policy. Add more value, then leverage it. Find out the duration of time it takes before you can access the equity of the policy. So that way you're not just only benefiting off the policy in your death. Make sure you can make money off of it in this lifetime or in this existence, I would say. It's all love, man. Thank y'all, family that's in Nigeria. I appreciate y'all listening from out there. But yeah, thank y'all, man. Like, it's just all love. And people say, yo, you showing off. All you do is show off your cars and show off money. Because I have to show you, because you can't fake success. I have to show you year in and year out, I still got bread. The cars ain't going nowhere. Money ain't going nowhere. You see me with a plethora of women and a plethora of hundreds. Do I need to get a round of applause? I need to be able to get a plug. I should have been in the caddy truck so I could have plugged in the money machine and get a round of applause. You know how I do a round of applause? I let the money do the clapping. Real talk. Love you too, King. Real talk. It's all about making this bread. Don't let them lie to you. I know. When you die, you're not going to be able to take it with you. More the reason for suspended here. Some of us got peasant genes. Some of us got divine genes. Royalty genes. Some of us got the genes of a peasant. Some of us only content with working. And it's okay if you want to go work a job. Because people tell me, oh, Polight, everybody can't just be an entrepreneur. Some people got to work. You're absolutely right. But most of us don't. We live in a day and age where everybody can pretty much work for themselves for the most part. You just got to be fucking lazy or uneducated. And whatever the disconnect is, that's where my job comes in to empower you, motivate you, and let you know you could do better. No way you should be building other people's dreams. Just look at it. If you go to work, average person works 9 to 5. That's 8 hours. Then to go to work, it'll probably take an hour. To come back from work, take an hour. So that's what? 10 hours. Then they say the average amount of sleep everyone should get at a minimum is 6 hours. So that's 16 hours. So that's 2/3 of the damn day. So you got 1/3 of the day left. What you going to do with the 1/3 of the day? Well, 1/3 of the day has to be broken up or compartmentalized into sleeping, right? Cleaning. Hopefully you clean. Hopefully you cook. Socialize with friends or family. Hopefully you don't got more than one child because then your children need some time. But maybe you don't got children. Okay? Washing up. So this thing. Praying, meditating, studying, reading. So look, if all of those was 1 hour, I already ran out of fingers because we only had 6 hours left in the cycle. There's no way you could break up the last 6 hours to do cooking, cleaning, reading, writing, meditating, introspection, socializing, washing up. There's no way you could do that. So guess what's going to happen? You got to make sacrifice. So what most people going to sacrifice? They're going to sacrifice cooking or sacrifice cleaning. They definitely going to sacrifice. Most people sacrifice reading, studying, meditating. They might pray once a fucking week. You see what I'm saying? So this is crazy. So you spending 2/3 of your time on earth. 9 to 5, 8 hours, going to work 1 hour, come back from work 10 hours, going to sleep at least 6 hours, 16 hours, 2/3. 2/3 of your existence is predicated upon you building someone else's dream. And when you're home, guess what you do? You wash your ass. Why? Because you got to get ready to go to work. And when you come home, I hope you wash your ass. You wash your ass because you sweaty and dirty from working. And when you eat lunch, it's your lunch break because you're fatigued from working to create. So let me say it in a different context. You go to work, 8 hours, 9 to 5. You drive to work. You come back from work. I would come back 10 hours. You go to sleep 6 hours, 16 hours, 2/3 of your existence. You only got 1/3 left. So watch this. My job is to get you guys out of that 1/3, get you into something more profound. But watch this. If 2/3 of your existence is predicated upon building someone else's dream, you building someone else's dream. And people going to tell you that's okay. No, because not everybody's going to be able to be an entrepreneur. But everybody shouldn't be spending 2/3 of their existence building someone else's fucking dream. Sending other people's children to school. So what I'm saying is, when you do eat lunch, it's because you're fatigued, because you're on your lunch break from building someone else's dream. When you ate breakfast, it's because you want to have the energy to build someone else's dream. When you woke up and you washed your ass this morning, it's because you had to wash up to be presentable to build someone else's dream. And when you go to bed at night, it's because you got to get enough rest to get back up to build someone else's dream. So really that 1/3 still don't belong to you, because when you come back for your 1/3 that you have left, you got to consecrate a great deal of that time in preparation for the 2/3 that's used to build someone else's dreams. So in actuality, it's more than 2/3 of your time. An existence being used to build someone else's dream. But then you want to turn around and get mad at me if I tell you, yo, $2,000, get your assets to $100,000. Make sure you have a serious game plan, know how to invest. You always get into the courses, know how to invest and get the job done and make it manifest. Because you either dealing with manifestation or man-infestation. If you're not creating, you're destroying. There's no in-betweens. If you're not being productive, you're being destructive. You know what retardation means? Let's pull up the word retardation. Pass my other phone. I'm going to tell you what retardation means. Because we got a lot of words taken out of context on planet Earth. And a lot of us suffer from retardation. I used to. I ain't going to lie to you. We all do. Many of us do it now. I'm going to show you what retardation means. Watch this. Look what retardation means. The action of delaying or slowing the progress or development of something. Does that have anything to do with you hitting your hand on your chest with a funny looking wrist? Does that have anything to do with you foaming at the mouth or spitting at the mouth or you don't know how to stop drooling when you're talking to people? Does it have anything to do with a mental health issue? No, it says retardation is the action of delaying or slowing the progress or development of something. Retardation is the action of delaying or slowing the progress or development of something. So slavery was a form of retardation because they slowed down the progress or the progression of the black movement, of black people. We building and doing our thing in Africa and they slowed down our progression. So the slave master was suffering from retardation. He slowed down the movement. But right now, a lot of you are hanging out with people that slow down your progression, people that are no good for you. So that's a form of retardation. A lot of you know what you're supposed to do. You're sitting on money, but you're not investing it, but you know you're supposed to invest it. And guess what? You're suffering from retardation because what you're doing is so-called savings. But savings should be synonymous with investing because if you have money, you have no intention on spending, that money can go somewhere patiently since you never had no intention on spending it. You could put it somewhere where it will grow. And it may take a long time to grow. It may take 6 months to grow. What I do, it takes 45 to 60 business days for you to get access to your 100 grand. And that a lot of you may be like, that takes a long time. But then you're going to go another year lacking in resources, lacking in money. And then it's going to be like, yo, shit, I should have did it. Real talk. So that's retardation. Go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Yeah, you leave your full name and your phone number. Say, if you're ready, leave your full name, phone number for the credit restoration microwave, CRM. If you're not ready, don't worry about it. Oh, we can go into what to do with what we're going to do. I'm going to do another video on what to do when you get access to 100K. Because being that the people following me getting access to 100K, I'm going to do that class for free for you. I'll give you some vibes on the strength. I'll do that for free on the strength. It's mad shit you could do with that. You should never have to look back. Everybody should have 9 streams of income. So I got a 9-stream income course coming out. It's going to be January 9th, I think. Sunday, January 9th. I think that's the date if it's a Sunday. But it's definitely in January. And I got a 9 income stream course because everybody should have 9 streams of income. Your children should have at least 6. Everyone should have 9. Every adult should have 9 streams of income. So that way, if you get laid off from a job, it's not the end of the world. I don't even know how people feel comfortable only having 1 stream of income. It's fucking crazy, especially in 2021 where you could go on the internet and get it in. You're bugging. People can make money off of video games today. You're bugging. You can employ drop shipping. You're bugging. There's so much you can do. So much. People tripping. But people don't think what I'm saying is black power. Yet, it's empowerment for black people. So how could it not be black power? I'm just the other element. I'm the elephant in the room. You feel me? As Leo as I am, the king of the jungle isn't the lion, it's the elephant. But even the Achilles heel of the elephant is the mouse. The elephant's scared of the mouse because it can go in his ear and hit those nerves and drive it crazy. So elephants be afraid of mice. But that's a whole nother conversation. But ain't no fucking lion being no elephant. Okay. Talk to me nice. We got to know what real consciousness is. Jellyfish don't got no brain, but it's conscious. You could go brain dead and still be alive, but you can't go heart dead and be alive. And all this information is important. All of it is. But at the end of the day, we gotta make sure we can make enough connections where we're motivated to make bread, because it would be retarded. To procrastinate is the epitome of retardation. To slow down your progression. I hope it's getting through to people. I hope it's getting through. That's my word to everything I love. I hope it's getting through to people. I just had a conversation with somebody that motivated me because all this Negro was doing was just making excuses. And bro, you deviated from the Black Power movement and da-da-da. I'm like, yo, bro, you got this all fucked up. And you got me fucked up. Because I ain't about to allow you, someone suffering in a lower tax bracket, doesn't make me better than you. But you ain't about to tell me why I need to be like you and not be making as much as money. That ain't about to happen. I'd be wrong if I ain't start chastising that black man with love and concern. I told him, watch the video. I'm done talking to you. I feel like my brain cells were depleting talking to him. See, my brother Stevie right here. Let me hold a few stacks to pay for this truck insurance. No, stack your 2 stacks. Get your 2,000 up and get the money. You'll respect the route that you took to get the money. Otherwise, I'm enabling you. So I had to teach my family. Since I'm the one making the bread in the family, everybody want to get bread from me. How about you study my classes? How about you purchase my books? How about you take my courses? How about you put up the $2,000 and get access to 100K? You didn't feel like you was taking a risk when you bought the expensive sneakers that you couldn't afford. You ain't feel like you was taking a risk when you bought a corny car that you couldn't afford anyway. You couldn't hold out to really get the official shit you wanted. So you prematurely bought some corny shit that you couldn't afford. Negroes is in the projects with some of the nicest, corny, inexpensive cars, if you know what I'm saying. It's an oxymoron. But what a conundrum we're in. We are in a conundrum. We be misappropriating our funds entirely too much. Real talk. Make sure y'all share this video too. Put in the money. Stack your money. You rolled the dice on buying fit caps you couldn't afford, and pants and shirts and keeping up with the trend that you couldn't afford, and your stomach never sank. You rolled the dice when you paid for the student loan, or you put yourself in debt and got student loan debt. You rolled the dice when you believe what they said for tens of thousands of dollars. But when it come to me, now you out of dice. Fuck out of here. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing it. I'm the last one. I love you too. And you give me a black power fist, I'll give you a black power fist too. All of that. I'm with all of that. Until you tell me it's free. I'm with all of that until that part. You ain't about to do that to me, because you ain't do it to nobody else, especially people of other race. You ain't do it with nobody else, but you want to do it with me. That we are not doing no more. You got to show love and show respect, because I had to grind and had to get it from the mother. The only difference is, with me, I'm giving you the cheat code. I'm giving you direct source to the information. I had to make many mistakes. Older black men taking advantage of me, putting me into their little fucking Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes. I had to go through mad bullshit, and still kept my love for black people, understanding that, we going through so much, we be preying on each other's innocence, and that's what it is. Still forgive them. But fool me once. Shit, I have fooled many times. That saying can't even go for me. I kept being fooled. That's why I said I ain't about to do nothing in the name of, just black. I'm not doing that no more. A lot of my decision making has to be based on analytics, because I'm a scientist first now. Fuck that. I'm a mathematician first. Fuck that. I ain't about to play that black card. Oh, his black card revoked. Shit, if all you niggas got I got a real black card. What the fuck you mean my black card revoked? Niggas is out here really saying, your black card revoked. What an oxymoron. What the irony? My black card's revoked, but I actually have an actual black card. Black people live in black people talking about an imaginary black card that keeps you in membership in the black conscious community, while I got an actual physical black card. Yo, we say the most fucking crazy shit. Yo, niggas be tripping. Yo, it's black card revoked. Yeah, that's right. I'm snatching your honor. Ain't nothing honorable about being poor, bitch. What the fuck is you talking about? These niggas is crazy, for real. I love us, because even when we on our lowest, we manage to make jokes like that. But the crazy thing is, they don't be smiling when they be like, we stripped you of your black card. Yeah, snatching your honor. I'm like, these guys with these imaginary things they be talking about, I'm in real fucking mansions. I'm in real Rolls Royces. My shoes cost real thousands of dollars. My belt costs almost 2 G's. My hat costs a band. But these guys is revoking imaginary things. While I'm spending my shit on real cards, I'm turning credit into cash. Like, you like cash? I like cash too. We turn that shit into cash right there. Fuck is you talking about? And then they telling me I'm not humble, but you gotta understand. I got a whole community of people bashing me, trying to make fun of everything I do, make fun of the way I dress, make fun of this, make fun of that, try to make fun of my hairline. Then I start showing you niggas like, I actually have a hairline, you stupid motherfuckers. I just like wearing headdresses because it complements my outfit. Then niggas start shutting up about that. But you know what it was? It's some insecure brothers that the only thing they had to their name was their hairline. Since I got everything else, they said, man, fuck it, we'll do that. So when I took my hat off and they seen the hairline, it was like, fuck. Let's come up with some new bullshit. That's what they do to people. They so insecure, they try to find the one thing that they think they got over you. Like with Floyd, niggas, where do you see people that's grown men and women bragging about how much they can read? You never really see that shit. Hey, I can read. If you're 30, 40 years old and you're going around, I can read. No, but they think they had that over Floyd. Floyd did a video reading some powerful information in support of Kyrie Irving. These bitches got, well, he ain't write it. I'm like, you can't satisfy these niggas. Now, he could read, but he didn't write it. Like, it never stops. It never stops. And these same people are the ones that can benefit from an information exchange if they were just willing to be open enough and comfortable enough with the fact that, you know, maybe things aren't going in the right direction in life, but there's still time and opportunity if you be respectful to people and not disrespectful. But we go out of our way. We joke too freaking much. I like jokes, right? But it's crazy because when I think they're joking, they not joking. When they like, we snatching your honor and we revoke your black card, I'll be over here in tears crying. And then I look, I'm like, this motherfucker got a straight face. Is he insane? Does he think this shit exists? It be like that. It be like, yo, these guys, the Israelite guys, the brothers, God is everything to them, right? And they got their channels. But second something happened to me, I'm their God. Because they can't get no views. When you see them talk about their God, they only get 400 or 500 views. Maybe 1,000 views. When they talk about the true and living God, Polight, that's where they get all their views. And as much as they fucking hate me, they can't help but to post me. Because God won't give them those views. Their God won't give them views when they talk about their God. But I'm so fucking powerful. Any video they do talking about me, it does more than their God. So even when they support their God and kiss their God's ass, their God won't even give them enough views to make money off of fucking YouTube. So I'm more powerful than their fucking God. Because they've been talking about that God for years. But all they had to do is talk about me for one day. And I'll boost their subscriptions and everything. And the only thing is, people ain't coming there to hear about you talk about your silly ass, wacky ass Sky Daddy. They did talk about the true and living God, the original man. But even I come from the progenitor society, the black woman, the true and the living God. Fuckers we really talking about. And so they get mad and they say, yo, you need to humble yourself. And humble myself how? Everybody trying to tear me down. Y'all made me like this. I used to be on the streets talking for free, humble. But free after free after free after free left a bad taste in my mouth. I used to do everything free. And getting disrespected for it and threatened. When I see you at the debate, the Muslims say they're going to kill me. The Christians say they're going to kill me. The Scientologists going to whip my ass. Everybody want to beat me up. The black power people who don't understand me think I'm just trying to supplant money for the mission. And everybody mad at me. And I took it. Everybody disrespecting me. And now I make bread. And y'all think the joke's on me? The joke's on you. You still in the same place. How the fuck am I the joke? You're the joke. I don't give a fuck if you don't like the way I style my shit or if the white man's the one manufacturing my cars. The joke's on you. Because I came in the community when y'all niggas was already in there. I came in and left. These niggas is the type of people, they still eating out of their mama fridge. And when there's nothing left in there, they looking at their mama like, yo, why you ain't go food shopping? Piggybacking off of their mama pension instead of them go out there and put something in the goddamn fridge since they want to live there. The conscious community is mama's house. You're supposed to come in there and get whatever you can get out of there and leave and make something of yourself and make mama proud and then maybe put something back in the community. But in this community, it never was intended for you to leave mama's house. It was intended for you to keep going in the fridge until there's nothing left and then everybody got to fight over the one juice that's left in the fridge. But these silly Negroes is the type, they'll open up all the sodas in the fridge and never finish one of them. And you got to check these niggas. Like, yo, you know we ain't got but so much. Now the soda's flat, nigga. What the fuck's up with you? That's how they are with the resources in the community. They savages. Because they're not really teaching nothing that will make you prosperous. So when I come with the prosperity teachings, now they want to call me, oh, you just like the Reverend. I ain't nothing like the Reverend. I drive better than him. I dress better than him. I make more bread than him. I'm pro-black. You can't take that from me. Don't ever fucking compare me to one of them. I don't use the Sky Daddy to do what I do. I use fucking common sense, current events and calculations. I use deterministic algorithms to do what I do. Fuck is you talking about? They don't do what I do. They don't make their people money like I do. I don't pass a plate around and ask for bread in the name of somebody that we don't actually bear witness. I don't do none of that. And I don't knock them either. Make your money, homie. Just get out my fucking way. Because when I'm on this road, tearing ass, and my Rolls Royces, it's straight ludicrous. Move, bitch. Get out the way. I ain't trying to hear nothing. I ain't trying to hear nothing. I done worked too long and too fucking hard to allow someone to disrespect me and degrade me after the powerful work that I put in. And the fact that I'm willing to still share information with my people after they done disrespected me. The fact that I understand it ain't all my people, is just way too much of them. So I ain't trying to hear shit about no humble, because that's another word that's been taken out of context. So to be humble is to have a low estimation of one's worth. And in order for me to be great, I can't have a low estimation of my worth, because where all these other people trying to devalue me, devalue my name, devalue my brand, I can't afford to have a low estimation of my own worth. I know what the words mean. So I got to be egotistical. And if you look up the word ego, it means self-esteem. And if it's bad to have low self-esteem, don't tell me it's bad to have a big ego. Fuck is you talking about? I look up these words and I'm always confused about why people use these words the way they use them. But then I come to terms. They use these words. They weaponize these words so black people can stay oppressed. So black people supposed to have humility and be humble. Have a low estimation of one's worth. Black people supposed to lower their ego, have low self-esteem. Look up the word ego. You're going to see self-esteem. Black people are supposed to suffer from retardation, to procrastinate, to hinder one's ability to progress. Look up the words. It ain't me doing it. I don't fuck up the words. I am not the one messing up the words. Share this video. It's not me doing it. It's like some fucking agenda here where it's like words exist, but then I'm like the one using the words right, and people are kidding at me. But I'm like, yo, fuck being humble. They looking at me, yo, you see, he's the devil. Yo, I got a big ego. And pride comes before the fall. You got a big ego. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, are you even looking up the words you're using, or you just speaking? No matter what the rumor was, what a word meant, I always took the time out just to take a look, just in case we got it wrong. And once I realized, yo, we keep getting words wrong, I started looking up everything I've been taught, because come find out, people been lying to us since the time we were born. Believe in Santa Claus and you live in the freaking projects. Ain't no chimneys in the projects. The first lie. How the fuck is we waiting for Santa Claus to come out the projects and there's no chimneys in the projects? Come on. Rockabye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Would you really put a baby on a treetop and wait for the wind to blow for the cradle to rock? But black people are the ones that's despicable, and they're the ones that you don't trust. Whenever they say something about a black man, you believe it. But these niggas gave you a nursery rhyme where they put the damn baby on the treetop and wait for the wind to blow for the cradle to rock. Child services will be on your ass, boy. What you talking about? Child services will be on your body. If you put a damn child on the treetop, you put a baby there and wait, and you're waiting for the wind to blow for the cradle to rock. But these are the sick nursery rhymes that they put into our subconscious mind so we could be non-functional adults suffering from retardation with a low ego or self-esteem, full of humility. So we can't do what we got to do. Blessings in abundance. Talk to me nice. I hope you guys are motivated. I hope you share the video. You go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to spend your $2,000 to get access to $100,000. I say that shit with pride. I love making my people money. And I'll put it in the caption as well. 2,000 will make you 100 grand. Just email brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Talk to me nice. I love you guys. Email when you're ready. When you're ready, change your fucking life, man. Stop this crazy shit, man. Change it. Don't listen to these guys, man. These guys are trying to kill you. They're suffering from retardation. And their job is to promulgate that same retardation into the community. That's what they do. White people love to smile. Hey, appreciate you. Boom, boom, boom. When you get a Rolls Royce. But when a motherfucker was in the Mazda, ain't nobody was smiling at me. They was calling police, wondering why I'm in the neighborhood. I be wanting to say something every time they say hi, but it's not good to give negative energy when someone says you something positive. But I ain't never experienced that shit in the Tahoe truck. I never experienced it in the Mazda. I only experienced random acts of kindness from other races when I'm in a Rolls Royce. You feel me? Shit crazy. Love your car. I hear that, but do you love me? When will someone just stop and say, I love your people? It's crazy. So, you know, it's a fucked up world when you're a thinker. This shit ain't designed for people to be thinkers. Everybody wants to kill the thinker. Everyone distrusts the thinker. They always say, yo, the thinker, you know, they talk too fast. You know, that's why you can't trust them. Maybe I don't talk fast. Maybe you think slow. Like, why is the onus on me to fucking change my shit up? Oh, he tried to talk over people's head. So, you know, he trying to sound smart to dumb people. No. I ain't even attempting. I talk based on what I read, based on what I study, and the people that I'm around. Everyone speaks like the people they're around. I don't speak like white people. I speak like me. But I read so many different things that challenge me and motivate me. And I'm around people that challenge me and motivate me. So I talk the way I consume knowledge. I don't attempt to talk over people's heads. But it's a blessing if someone says something you may not understand, but you do know you're interested in it. Because unless you suffer from retardation, the most progressive thing you can do after that is to ensue that information or that person. and TTP, and after you TTP, TTMP. Talk to people, and after you TTP, TTMP. Talk to more people. Brother Polight 45. POLIGHT 45. I'm going to put it in the caption. Brother POLIGHT 45 at gmail.com. Thanks, Des. I appreciate that. Y'all know what it is, man. Shit. Wealth is health. And the reason why I say that is because even if you want to get on a healthy grind, then you're going to be like, yo, that shit costs bread, though. Get the bag. All these people talking like money is evil, get the bag. My bag is a bag. Y'all know the song. Her bag is a bag, too. Get your money and then show us what you would spend the money on. Don't complain about what somebody else do with their money. Make your bread and say, yo, P, this is what I would do if I got the bread. Word. Got me working up. Shit. Peace to the family. Blessings and abundance. I love talking to y'all. Don't worry. When the new website go up, I'm going to do it next week. I've been moving around. When the new website go up, y'all going to get access to the same classes that you had access to since a whole year ago. So don't worry about that. That other website got hacked. Don't worry about it. I don't even want to talk about nothing negative. Blessings and abundance. I'll see you guys. Hopefully you guys are ready to change your disposition. Assets, $2,000. Assets, $100,000. 1/10 of a million. I like to say it that way because all you got to do now is get 9 more. Get them in increments of 10. So assets, 1/10 of $1 million, and make your bread. Blessings and abundance. Talk to me nice. Rolls-Royce Diaries. Rolls-Royce Diaries. Woo, that shit. Man, let's go. Come on, you know, it's always educational. When you see Rolls-Royce out, you know we coming with the education. Don't say that the top's down. Say that the titties is out. Rolls-Royce Diaries. Man, look how fancy she is. See, this is what happens when you sleep with your man on a project floor. Anything is likely to happen. Women have patience. As long as your man has a vision, have patience. And brothers, if your woman has the vision, humble yourself. Have a lower estimation of your worth because she's more valuable at that time. You feel me? Let's not quit on each other because of no money. Let's put it together and let's work together. Break that money up half and half with your whiz. Or get that assets and let her know you on point. Get that 100 bands and then don't forget she was with you the whole time. Don't start tricking it off on some strangers and mistresses. Make it happen. Don't trick it off on strangers and mistresses. Don't do that. Almost 1,000 people in the building. Thank y'all so much for listening. Rolls-Royce Diaries has now been completed. I'm going to vibe with y'all on Facebook and be out of here. Again, brotherpolight45 at gmail.com. Brotherpolight45 at gmail.com. Talk to me nice. Leave your full name and phone number when you're ready to purchase. If you're not ready to purchase, don't worry about it. No stress. You don't have to call and tell us you'll be ready in a week. You don't have to call and tell us you'll be ready in a month. If you're ready right now, send your full name, your email, and let's make it happen. Blessings and abundance. Rolls-Royce Diaries. I'm too smart to be broke. You should be saying the same thing.